Aloha friends, Idealist here, Adam,
Carla Starla,
and Ty.
We're gonna do our second Ideal Weekly video blog for y'all. Yeah.
To help you deal with your week.
That's our tagline. As last time, you're gonna get the weekly energetic vibe from Carla Starla, and then some yogic practice from Ty Lee, and I'll share a poem with you all. But first, just a couple announcements as far as the band goes.
Sunday, June 9th, we'll be performing at Chicago, which is going to be at Yoga Now, 742 North LaSalle Street. You can check out brilliantlymad.com for all the info on that. The event goes from 8 to midnight. It's a great time. So,
Nice. And we're also going to do a show at Royal Coffee on June 12th. And that'll be at 7:30, más o menos. And 2 days before that, we're going to perform on the open mic, Royal Souls, which is every Monday at 7 p.m. at Royal Coffee. Sheridan and Pratt is where it's at.
right, and to reiterate, on the 12th, we'll be featuring our Indiegogo video.
Yes.
And we'll be launching our Indiegogo campaign for our double album release.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Ja. All right. So that's all for announcements. So we'll turn it over to Carla Starla.
Thanks. Okay, so what I've tuned in for the energetics of this week is looking at bringing our unconscious behaviors into light. And what I mean by that is giving yourself the opportunity this week to take time to listen, to take time to witness yourself, to hear that inner voice. And as you do this week, it's going to give you an awesome opportunity to start seeing those sides, those perspectives of yourself that you don't see right now because they're unconscious behaviors. So the goal is to give yourself this chance to really recognize the spaces where you may react instead of respond. And when you allow yourself to do this, you could be in a space of reacting, running full force, that full program. But when you're truly listening and witnessing yourself, you can catch yourself in the middle of that program. You can wake up in the middle of that program and realize that these actions that you're expressing at that time may no longer serve you. Unconscious behaviors can be things that will trip us up, slow us down, self-sabotage. So the goal this week is to shine light into those spaces, to become fully aware of who you really are, to look at that ideal of the person you want to be. Unconscious behaviors can result in lots of different things like overeating, uncontrollable anger, depression, feelings of loneliness. And when you start to recognize these patterns, this is the space where you get to clear them, where you get to let go of them, where you get to step into that new space of being enlightened, to be the person you really want to be, to shine light in all those dark little crevices that you're not looking at right now, that you're choosing not to look at right now. So this week, allow yourself to listen, to slow down and witness who you truly are. And give yourself this opportunity to practice being that ideal person. To allow yourself to evolve. To allow yourself to change without fear of changing. Embrace the new you this week. The new you that no longer has certain buttons that can be pushed. The new you who can recognize the behaviors or patterns that don't serve you. The new you who is willing to let go. So good luck on your journey. Up next we have Ty, who's going to be doing some yoga practices for you.
Hey everybody out there in the interwebs. So today we're going to be doing a practice that helps us move into that space of listening to the things going on around us and the things going on within us. So if you're more beginner practice, you can come into a Sukhasana or just seated pose. If you're more advanced and you want to come into lotus legs, that's fine too. And then from there, just lift up the chest and reach the top of the head up towards the ceiling so you have a long spine here. Level the chin with the earth. And then close the eyes here for a moment. Bring your awareness within. Focusing on the breath. And listen to the voice within. Listen to the voice that is your spirit, that is God, Goddess, whatever energy you want to attach it to. Just listen for that voice. You might be sitting here trying to listen and you have all these distractions floating into your mind and all these random thoughts coming in, keeping you from listening, keeping you from being present. So one of the tools we can use to remove those thoughts is Shiva Mudra. Take the right hand just like this, and then bring it between the eyes, the third eye. And then with the hand there, just imagine that you're destroying those things that are not serving you anymore. Shiva, the essence of Shiva, is not a god or a goddess, but a force of nature that we use to eliminate the things that we no longer need that's not serving us. So as you're sitting in lotus or Sukhasana, if you find yourself floating away, thinking about your to-do list or pizza, whatever's going on that you can't stop thinking about, bring Shiva Mudra right between the eyes. Just imagine blowing those thoughts up, lighting them on fire, letting them go however you need to, eliminating those thoughts. They're not holding you back. Namaste.
Hey friends. So now I'd like to share with you all a poem by Hafiz, the great Sufi master, translated by Daniel Ladinsky, the great mystic poetry translation master. When the words stop, and you can endure the silence, that reveals your heart's pain, or that great, wrenching, sweet longing. That is the time to try and listen to what the beloved's eyes most want to say. Thank you. Alright, come back, friends. Thank you for watching. We're just going to close out now with a little mantra practice on the theme of listening.
So, listening is about sound, of course, sometimes. And the sound that our world vibrates to is Om. So, today our mantra is Om. And Om has 4 main parts, which can be connected to the 4 seasons. So the first sound of Om is Ah, or the sound of spring, the seed that starts deep in the belly. And as the seed grows, turns into O, it moves up into the chest and up into the throat, which is the opening, the summer. And then moving into right between the eyes, the third eye. And that is the closing, or fall. And then there's silence, which is winter. And all 4 parts are equally important. So when we say Om, we want to try and make every part equal and balanced. So we'll begin by exhaling all of our breath out. And then take a deep breath in. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste.
Have a great week.
Mm.